Good morning, my peeps. What a guan. Hope all is well. For those who are following this and wondering what a guan mean, in Jamaica we say what a guan. It mean what's up? How are you doing? Blessed love to you this morning. Another morning we are up and about. God gives us life, give us health, give us strength. I'm about here. Just finished my reading, drink my cup of tea. About to head through the door. I'm going in on a call today, just to continue to do the work of God and, feel honored and joy that God can use me to do something for Him. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing a CPE program, Clinical Pastoral Education Program, residence program in a hospital where you work as a chaplain in the hospital. And so far, it has been a blessing. I shared with my peer group yesterday that I am amazed. I'm amazed beyond what I thought it would be, and I'm getting more than I thought it would be. Some challenges along the way, but God is revealing Himself very much to me. So I thank God for that. So this morning I want to encourage somebody's spirit, your thoughts, your mind today, on the idea not to question God. Don't question God. And please understand this in the context, because I know in the book of Job, when Job was going through his suffering and he sat and he talked with his friends, he didn't question his friends, he mostly questioned God. And so in that context, I'm not saying that you shouldn't question God, but hear me out a little bit. Sometimes we question God when people walks out of our life. And we have to understand, if God is orchestrating our life, He's ordaining our life, He's taking us down a pathway because He's trying to lead us somewhere. And yes, sometimes we're rebellious, so we do what we want to do and end up in the wrong places sometimes, and He still works to put us back. But there's sometimes that God takes some people out of our lives. And He takes them out of our lives for reason beyond our own imagination, right? We look at it and we say, we lost friends and we lost families and we lost people in our life, important people. People comes into your life for a season, for reasons. Everybody who comes into your life is important, no matter how long they stay or how short they stay. They come into your life for a particular reason. And so the reason they come into our life is because God knows what we want at that particular point. And so there are times when God kind of look at it and be like, it's time for this person to go. And so we like to question God when we lose some of our friends and some of our folks around us, not understanding that God is just orchestrating some things for us. If God knows what is best for you and I, right? If He knows what is best for you and I, it means that if He sees someone that is not going to take us down a right pathway, He's going to take them out of our life. He's going to limit their access to us. And I want us to understand that it's not that people hate you. It's not that people dislike you. It's just that God has directed them to step out of your pathway for now. And you may encounter them later on in life. But don't question God when God is leading you down a pathway. He's leading you down a pathway because He loves you. He cares for you. He wants the best for you. And He's leading you into a direction where He wants you to go. And yes, we may be hurt for the moment. Yes, we may be questioning for the moment why God allowed this to happen. But listen, if God knows best about you and I, trust Him with the process, man. I always say that, trust Him with the process. So don't question God when He moves people out of your life. He moves them out of our life because He's trying to open up the gate. He's trying to open up the door for us to do something. He's trying to let somebody else in to guide us along the pathway. Understand this, man. God never makes a mistake. He loves us beyond what we can even think of ourselves. So He loves us enough that He will do whatever it is He has to do to get us in line and to be his children. So trust God, man. I trust God. I shared a short message yesterday at the hospital, and the theme was centered around Job and Job's suffering. And one of the things when you look at the story of Job, Job literally lost everything that he had in one day. Children, livestock, wealth, everything got sick. But Job never ceased to trust God. Never ceased to trust God. But one of the questions that I said to them, I said, consider this for a minute. Two things. Number one, God was bragging about Job because he said, look at my servant Job. Have you considered my servant Job? So think about what you're going through today and think to yourself, have God considered me? And secondly, understand that it's not every time we question God, he's going to answer us. What are you going to do when you reach in situations when God don't answer your question? What do you do about an unanswered question? God still loves you. All right. So hang in there, my peeps, and continue to be a blessing to somebody. As I always say, every day, figure out a way to be a blessing to somebody. Thank God for life. Thank God for health and strength. Use what God gives you to be a blessing to somebody else. Despite what anybody may think about you, you have an assignment that God has for you. Step into what God has asked you to do. God bless you. Have a great day. And like I always say before I go out, hit the like, the subscribe, notification button below. But walk good and bless up my people.